This video is regarding to practical implementation of heap memory overflow. This is the code on which we are performing heap memory overflow exploitation. Here we can see that we have declared two char pointers named variable1 and variable2, and we are accepting exactly two command line arguments. Now further, we have assigned 4 bytes of memory for our variable1 and 50 bytes of memory for our variable2. Now we have copied a string named mkdir Neeraj in variable2, and we have copied second command line argument in our variable1, and with system function we have executed variable2 on our system. Further, we have printed the memory address of variable1 and content of it, and memory address of variable2 and content of it. We have freed both of the variable from the memory. Now further, we will see the practical implementation of the code. When we run our program, just be shown with GCC in Ubuntu and debug it with GDB debugger with the commands shown in the slide, these commands. Then we see the addresses assigned to our variables. Here we notice that memory address 6260 is assigned to variable1, that is ABCDEFGHIJ, and memory address 6280 is assigned to variable2, that is mkdir Neeraj. The difference between the memory addresses of these memories is 20, that is in hexadecimal, and it will be 32 in decimal. It means 32 bytes are assigned by the operating system to variable1, that is so we see that 32 bytes are assigned by the operating system to variable1. This is for security reasons, that our operating system assigned more memory than we requested for variable1. We requested only 4 bytes for variable1 and our operating system assigned 32 bytes. Now we are willing to see the memory mapping of our variables of the program. To see the memory mapping, we have to know the process ID of the process which is running in the GDB, that is debugger. To know the process ID, we give the command sudo ps-a, that is shown on the screen, sudo ps-a. Now we see that the process named exploit is running in GDB. Process name exploit is running in GDB with process ID 3323. Now when we write command in GDB, the command is infoproc mapping 3323. The command is infoproc mapping 3323 in GDB. We see the whole memory mapping of the program. This is the whole memory mapping of the program. We notice that heap area is from memory address 6000 to 7000. Here we see that heap area is from 6000 to 7000. Now we are willing to see the content of memory from where our variables has started. For this we are going to give the command x/48x and memory address of variable1 6260. 48 means we are willing to see the content of 48 memory addresses, or 48 next memory addresses of the program. So we see the content of variable1's memory address. It is 41, 42, 43, 44. I am reading it from right to left. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 40, 49 and 4a. These are the hexadecimal representation of capital A, capital B, capital capital C, capital D till capital I, capital J. Now now we see that when we run our program with this variable, this long variable, firstly we have run our program with the command line argument a b c d e f g h I j till j. Now when we run our program with this long command line variable, then we see that the content of variable 2 has overwritten by the content of variable 1, because for variable 1 32 bytes were assigned and 32 bytes were this long length, and the extra content of the variable 2, that are q, q, r, r, s, s, t, t, u, v, are overwritten on the memory address of variable 2. For the proof, we can see the memory mapping. This is the heap area of the memory before attack, and this is the heap area of the memory after attack. Here we see that the variable 2 was starting from memory address 6280. That was, and the content of the memory, the content of the memory address at 6280 would be mkdir Neeraj, but here we see that the content is 51, 51, 52, 52, 53, 53, 54, 54, and so on till 55, 56, 006A. The content of the memory at 6280 is this, and that is the hexadecimal representation of QQRR SSTT UV. 51 for Q, 52 for QR, 53 for S, likewise. Now we have clearly seen that the variable 1 has overwritten with variable 2. This is because we have given the more length input than we have assigned to variable 1. We saw that the variable 2 was overridden with variable QQRRSSTTUV, and if we wrote sudo del user1 instead of QQRRSSTTUV, then we could have deleted a user from the system. That is the exploitation of the system. That is how heap overflow of the memory works. To defend from the heap exploitation from string copy variable, we should use string ncopy that checks the size of the argument that it is going to be copying. First mechanism is using string ncopy, and second mechanism is to check the length of the variable that we are copying with string copy variable. If we are using any of the two mechanisms to defend the heap memory overflow, we can defend ourselves protect ourselves from the heap exploitation. Thank you.